Welcome to our next lesson of how to play Chinese chess, Xiangqi. This is lesson 60 of our series. In this we'll be looking at another example of a detonating mine attack, which is sort of like a windmill involving Chariot and Cannon combination. This is from a real game from 1991 Chinese National Team Championships. And first, it's kind of busy, so let's take a minute to look at all the pieces here. This is black to move and black wins, and what he'll be doing is he'll be moving his chariot and his cannon down on the back rank here and finding a checkmate down in there. Or first he'll capture a bunch of pieces and then get a checkmate. As we note, red is missing one elephant. He has both of his visors and only one elephant. And red also, he's got attacking ideas of his own. He's got a chariot down here and a pawn here and another chariot here. So he thinks he's doing okay, and he seems to be oblivious to the danger, though. So let's just see how black gets a checkmate real quick. Comes over here and captures a pawn. Now he's not just after a pawn, but he's trying to maneuver down to the corner here and deliver a check. Red is kind of ignoring or doesn't see the danger, so he moves a pawn up. He thinks he's going to get down there and get his own checkmate. So then black comes in with the check. Red pretty much has to interpose a piece. And then he comes in with his cannon. This is also check, and here's what he was after, was getting the cannon and chariot lined up against the king. Not a lot of good choices here. First of all, if he's in check and he has to move or do something, if he moved here, then rook up to the second rank would be actually checkmate. So he's really only has one thing to try, and that's to go there. Now here's where this detonating mine attack, what Mr. Cheng calls a detonating mine attack, combination comes in. This hops over here and doesn't deliver check, but it produces a check because the chariot is in the back here, so the king is in check. And then it's almost like a windmill. Red has no choice but to retreat. And what does black do? Hops over and takes the other piece. So let's see how that was. Check. He's moved down here with check. Take and check, and just in two moves, both the advisors are gone. Now red probably could try several different things here. The book, the player in the game actually played there, which is kind of ineffective, but really he doesn't have any good choices anyhow, because there's no real good moves. There's a checkmate going to be coming in not too long. First, black hops over and takes this last piece. Of course, this is check as well. Yeah, he hops over to take the piece. The king moves up one because he's in check from the chariot. Now the other chariot comes way down, and this is looking really dangerous. There's a checkmate coming in here in just a few minutes. So he's in check. He has to move up. And these two chariots are going to produce a checkmate real quick. Okay, here's where he's threatening a mate already, mate in one, simply by taking the cannon sitting here. So the cannon, he thinks he's maybe going to defend by moving the cannon over. Then instead of taking it, or instead of moving this here with check, which red could interpose and maybe hang in a little while longer, he comes down with one, and this is where red resigned in the game. He resigned because there's a mate coming in and there's no way to defend it. And for instance, if he took a piece like this, then we got a mate in two coming in with check, king over, and check. So let's circle back and see where that came from. Back we go. The final checkmate was pretty easy, but the Windmill, or the Detonating Mine attack, was a little more instructive. Here's where the check comes in, interpose, check, have to move away, take, this is check, interpose, take, and then this threatens another capture and a check. There's no good defense, check. And in just a few moves, this combination has removed all the defenders and left defenseless to checkmate with the rooks. Well, that's enough for today. Hang in, and we'll look at lesson 61. We'll have another example of a detonating mine attack.